Good evening. It is me, Pearl, from Pearl and Prayers, and this is Tuned In Tarot. And we are here to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine energy inside of ourselves, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see that reflected back to us in our interactions with others, in our external environment. And if we want to see change, we have to shift and make change within us. And today, we're going to be doing the obstacles removed reading. And this is a great reading that will help us if you're feeling stuck or stagnant in some aspect of your life, or the person that you're focused on, if you feel there's stagnancy going in the relationship that you're in. These obstacles that are in front of you, as you learn how to shift and move them, will help unblock you so that you can move into union with whatever it is you're trying to manifest. All right. So we look at both the masculine and feminine sides of self, understanding that this is all of the energy that is within us, and that the people in our life that we focus on may reflect this energy back to us. We're going to start with the divine feminine side of self, and we're going to first look at the general energy surrounding where she is blocked right now. So this isn't the block itself, but it's the energy surrounding where she feels blocked. In the headspace, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is, of course, that divine timing energy card. And in the heart space, we have the Knight of Swords. So divine feminine is basically at the mercy of this clock, at this divine timing. She's feeling there is truth to this changing of the wheel, this turning of the wheel, the things that have to happen, the things that have to unfold as they have to unfold. 7:22 on the clock, but she feels very stagnant or stuck in this energy. This is where she feels she wants to hear directly some kind of a communication. She wants things to move faster, and instead, like, this clock is ticking so slowly. It's really difficult for her to it's like difficult for her to even feel like she can clearly see what direction to go in, because everything is just seeming to take so long. Like, it's like taking so long that it seems like nothing is changing, even though many things are changing. So the actual obstacle that she's facing right now is the Nine of Wands and the Page of Swords. The reason why it feels like it's taking so long is because she keeps looking to see if the divine masculine is healed yet. This is literally like being in the backseat of a car when your parents are driving you to Disney World and you just keep saying, "Are we there yet?" and you haven't even left the driveway. The more you focus on the clock, the more you focus on how long it's taking, the worse it is. There is also this sense here that divine masculine within inside of self is still healing from deep wounds, having to do with communication, expressing the self, being brave and just speaking out one's truth, being afraid that that will cause abandonment to happen, or rejection in some way. So she actually needs to heal these wounds just as much as the person she's focused on in this energy of isolation and healing. So her obstacle is that she keeps looking to see if the divine masculine is done yet. And that is suggesting that she doesn't have faith in the process. I totally resonate with this obstacle. Let's take a look and see where this block originated. King of Cups, Six of Cups, Prince of Cups, Nine of Wands. Well, I can't make that up. There's two decks, and they both have spit out the obstacle here, the Nine of Wands. We're using the Cosmic Tarot in the head space and the Crow Tarot in the heart space. So there has been a past relationship, the Six of Cups here. Sorry, my connection at my house is not very good, so it goes in and out. I apologize. So this has gone in and out, like the connection on my laptop right now in my childhood bedroom. So in the past, she's experienced good masculines, kind, compassionate, loving. They seem like the whole deal. But then they they seem to resent having to actually come in and communicate. Look at this face. This is supposed to be the Knight of Cups who comes and expresses to you, and he looks like he doesn't want to. He looks guarded, like he can't really communicate. And instead, there has been this isolating energy where he, instead of coming forward, he's continued to like express some I think there's like a hair that's tickling my back. Express like some love and affection for her, and then immediately pull back into this guarded energy of isolation, not communicate. So she's been dealing with this for a long time, and this is where this block originates. Now she keeps checking, is he healed? Is he actually going to communicate? Is he actually going to say something? What is going on? And of course, there's nothing happening. How is this block currently manifesting in the 3D? The 10 of Swords and the World coming out together, both cards of completion, endings, and then we have the 7 of Cups. So what's happening is Divine Feminine is having to completely end or close out the cycle of allowing this masculine that she's been waiting for. This is right. She's waiting for this person to step up, be brave, and communicate, but noticing that he's not. So what's happening is that she's wanting to just end things, that she doesn't want to keep him as an option anymore because she doesn't want to be stuck waiting for this time it's taking for this person to just fucking talk to her. There's a lot of frustration coming out. Like, she doesn't want to keep him as an option anymore. She wants to look at other options because there's no movement. Nothing is happening. Oh my God. What will help remove it? The 10 of Swords again. We just saw that. And the Strength card. What will help remove this block of the 9 of Wands and the Page of Swords, of looking to see if the Divine Masculine has fixed himself or changed himself or changed on your behalf, is to no longer search for what is appeasing your ego. Your ego is attached to a specific person. They're attached to this person coming forward and communicating. And there's fear and anxiety that it won't happen. And that fear and anxiety that it won't happen is what is making it not happen. So Divine Feminine needs to stop searching for this evidence or this proof. She needs to trust in the eternal connection she has with the divine, and she needs to kill her ego. It is her ego that is waiting for this one particular option, and it's never going to end because you keep looking for something that isn't there. Every time you look, you're like, it's not there. It's not there. It's not there. He's still not there. He's still not there. You are looking and seeing what you expect to find. So you have to just kill the ego. And I think it's so interesting because in this one image we have in the 9 of Wands, we see this ego is like nursing its wounds here, victim, right? Off here and isolated. And in this, it's literally kaput. The same ego is now no longer the victim. Who or what should I release from my past to move on? Queen of Pentacles, Princess of Wands, the 6 of Swords. This is a lot of overthinking, by the way. Coming out with the 8 of Pentacles. So I feel Divine Feminine to run. When you get emotionally reactive, you tend to just try to move on, to just like you enter into runner energy. And then it's also here, this 8 of Pentacles energy. So this is also seeing this Divine Masculine as the runner, as somebody who doesn't communicate in a very mature way, And as someone who just goes and focuses on his job and his work instead of focusing on this relationship or this union. But so you are seeing the masculine as incapable of maturing, like being stuck in this place of chemistry, this spark, this connection, or whatever, but running away from this spark, running away from you, and then going and focusing on his work. This is literally something you think about this energy. And so, because you think that, that is what keeps happening. What can I learn from this current pause? The Ace of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Cups. This is very much you are learning how to love yourself, to depend on yourself, to trust yourself, and to control your emotions and navigate them effectively so that you're not being emotionally reactive to whatever it is Divine Masculine is taking his sweet time doing. It's learning to be calm, patient, trusting, psychic, connected, and not needing anyone to fill your cup. That's what you're learning during this pause. So it might be uncomfortable, but you are learning how to love yourself. And that is invaluable. That's an invaluable skill. What can I look forward to once the obstacle is removed? Again, can't make it up. Prince of Pentacles, and we're getting the Strength card again, which was right above here and what will help remove the obstacle. So killing that ego. The ego thinks it knows when things should happen. It thinks that things should happen right now. It thinks that this is the appropriate time for things to happen or come together. And that's not necessarily true. And you have to let go of the idea that you know best, because the divine knows best. And that takes meditation. It takes focusing on channeling the energy from the divine, filling up your own cup. That is what's best for you. Getting your happiness from outside of self is not best for you. So what you have to look forward to once this obstacle is removed is the ability to control your ego and to allow the Divine Masculine to take all the time he needs. This is the Prince of Pentacles. It's the Knight of Pentacles energy. It's the slowest moving knight. And it's no longer reacting to how long it takes. It's just like, whatever, it takes the time it takes. It's not saying anything about me personally, that this person has to take this time to heal. And it's also giving me the space and time to learn what I need to do. All right, we're going to come back to the Divine Feminine, look at some oracles, and get some advice for her. But let's go over to the Divine Masculine side of self and look at the same exact issues for the masculine. And look, we have the same cards coming up. So the general energy surrounding where the masculine is blocked is the Queen of Wands in reverse and the Nine of Wands. So 4 decks, 3 of them producing block, and here it is over here for the Divine Masculine. Now, why is it a block for the masculine? Because he's over here nursing his wounds, afraid Divine Feminine is mad at him, angry at him, raging at him. Now, this can be the Divine Feminine herself, or it can be another feminine in his life, maybe from a past marriage, because I'm seeing some of the other cards come up here. So he has a fear. He fears he's going to be victimized by the anger or reactivity of the feminine energy. Jealousy, wrath, impatience. This is how he feels. Right now, he feels blocked in coming forward to her, even though he's very attracted to her, and he really does want to be with her. He feels like he's being victimized by her anger, frustration, or he could be. This is very frustrating. Sorry, my signal keeps going out. We have the 4 of Wands in reverse and the Death card as the actual obstacle. So this can be a past marriage that has ended, and that could be why there is this feminine energy that's angry or jealous or wrathful. This can also be ego death again, and having to do with commitment issues, being afraid to commit to the Divine Feminine because of the experiences that he's had in the past. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just over it. It's like, how often can I tell this story? Little did I know I was going to get so frustrated with human nature as I did this job and just be like, why? Why is it still a problem? Where did this block originate? We have the Six of Swords and the Four of Swords. Not communicating and running away and just moving on, moving from feminine to feminine, like, you know, trying to fill the holes in self with shallow energy that wasn't fulfilling, just running and staying completely silent and not communicating, not expressing anything, and being completely unawakened to how you are the cause of that. It's literally like blaming that feminine energy. Oh, she's mad at me because I didn't do what she wanted. But then not really taking accountability for the fact that you don't communicate and you just run away whenever anything gets hot. Like, you don't stick around. So how is this currently manifesting in 3D? Judgment in reverse, Five of Cups, the Star, and Two of Swords in reverse. So we've got disappointment in oneself, harshly criticizing the self, being negative, focusing on the dark rather than the light, half empty versus half full, being afraid, being intimidated to apologize or ask for forgiveness. Viewing the divine feminine on this pedestal. She's the star. She's healed. She's whole. And then being in this situation where there's been this refusal to make a decision for so long that the divine feminine, getting tired of this bullshit, this, you know, fear of apologizing, fear of the reconciliation, harsh criticism, and negative energy, is just like, I'm not going to stick around in this standstill with you. Like, I'm healed and I'm whole and I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to sit here and wait for you to make up your mind about something that doesn't require any thought. There's no thought that's required. All you have to do is feel what's true, and that's the answer. So that's what's happening for the masculine. He's watching the divine feminine lose faith in him, not really want to stick around for this disappointing experience of constantly waiting for him to communicate when he doesn't. What will help remove this block? No shit. The Two of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Yes, this is what will help remove the block. Coming into physical union, finally expressing emotional mastery, finally fully expressing all of your feelings to the divine and telling her that you desire her above all things. Actually doing what it is that you desire to do, which is come into union and be the father, protector, provider energy that you are hoping to be. Who or what should I release from my past to move on? We have the Devil card and the Chariot in reverse. Being afraid to move to the next level needs to be released. Being afraid of karmic energy in the past, having fear or anxiety about a past partner, but continuing to pull back the reins because of your ego, because of your fear. This is what needs to be released in order for you to move on. What can I learn from this current pause? Oh my God. Ace of Cups and the King of Cups. Wow. Divine masculine is finally learning to express his emotion, to finally pour out what's in his cup, to offer this to the feminine rather than continuing to withhold this energy. This forms a 6, which is the Lover's card for me. This is him having so much emotion to express and finally learning how to do it. What can I look forward to once the obstacle is removed? We have the 9 of Cups in reverse, the Fool, and the Hanged Man. So the 9 of Cups is about receiving your wish fulfillment, but it's a card about selfishly guarding what you feel you want to keep to yourself, your abundance, your prosperity, your feelings, or your emotions. When it's in reverse, you're no longer doing this. You're having a fresh start with this Fool energy. There's a stork here too that's like representing this new beginning. And then the Hanged Man energy, which is no longer being like eaten alive by the suspension that you've been in. like finally taking that leap to get out of this devoured alive energy of keeping that feminine constantly in suspension for her entire life. Is he just going to do that for her entire life? And that's what the divine feminine is having trouble with. That's why her obstacle is she's not seeing the masculine do anything. And the reason why is the masculine is afraid of her being angry. And it's literally this feedback loop. It's like, if you don't communicate, that's pissing off the feminine. And the feminine is noticing that he's not communicating, which is making her angry. And then he's feeling her anger. And so he's not willing to communicate. And it's just this stupid, fucking dumbass cycle that I'm sick of reading, frankly. And I can't wait till it's goddamn over. All right, let's go to the oracles and get these two crazy kids some help, because I can't with it. Also, by the way, I was extremely sick for like 24 hours, and my sickness hit me like this, and then it kind of lifted like that, except I felt so dehydrated and weak, but I'm feeling better now. But that's why I didn't do this reading this morning, because like last night around like 8 p.m., I got whatever was wrong with my brother on Saturday happened to me. So not pleasant. Haven't had that experience in a long time of my body wanting to release everything within inside of me, whether I liked it or not. So this is the advice coming for the divine feminine right now. It says the age of light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. So let's get your message from the Work Your Light Oracle. Oh, I can never find these stupid cards. There is the Age of Light, 86. Mystics and sages throughout the ages have predicted this period in history, and you decided to incarnate in the middle of it. There is no mistake that you are supposed to be here at this time of great change. If you ever feel unprepared or daunted by the path that is calling you, know this. You've been training for this for lifetimes. You're way more than the days that have breathed through you in this life. You're also all of the lifetimes that came before. All of these experiences have polished your soul into the most magnificent expression that is your authentic self. Your soul has many facets. Imagine a fingerprint. Your soul is 1,000,000 times more intricate than that. If you put together all of the fingerprints of all of the people you have been, you would not even get close to fathoming how much of a unique masterpiece you are. You came in with a clear soul plan. You came in with wisdom beyond your years. This is the part of you that longs to be seen. This is the part of you that is ready to step forward, that is ready to emerge. This is not the lifetime to stay hidden, but to step forth and be seen and rise. So, repeat after me. I call forth the soul gifts and soul training that I have received throughout all of my lifetimes. I am ready to embody them all now, without hesitation and without this lifetime. You have received this card multiple times, Divine Feminine, because you're definitely strong to stand this timeline. And give the masculine the space that he needs, take the time that he needs. Remember, as you control your ego and reactivity, the masculine sphere of your ego and reactivity also dissipates. This will literally help this movement to take place. The mindset that will help you right now is I honor how I want to feel. So if you're focused on things that make you feel annoyed, irritated, bad, disappointed, why are you focused on those things? You literally can choose to focus on something else. You are in control of your thoughts. I don't know why, as a society, we act like we are powerless to our thoughts, but we are not. We absolutely do control them. We can take the steps we need to feel good, to feel better in this moment. If you are worried about the masculine, focusing on the masculine, think about something else. Take your mind off of it. Distract yourself. Call a friend. Stop watching readings about the freaking journey. Honestly, like, yes, it's my job. I appreciate all the donations and the cards that people send me by clicking the link below. and booking private readings. But rather than watch a bunch of collective readings and being disappointed because you're not seeing movement, book a private reading and ask how you can follow your passion and your dreams. Start to focus on something that is within your control, because you cannot control another person. And you have to get control of your thoughts about that other person in order to see any forward motion or progress. You are getting Rhino Spirit right now, which is beautiful for an obstacles overcome reading, because it literally says overcome any obstacle. So you can totally do this. Let's get this message from Rhino Spirit. Let me tell you, I completely resonate with these messages. It's very difficult. I moved to checking my masculine's profile, and I don't look at any of his friends' profiles anymore. I don't like go hunting to see if he's been somewhere. I simply look and see what he has posted a handful of times a day, which is way better than it used to be. And it does take time to heal the part of you that keeps needing to. It's like you keep needing to remind yourself that that person loves you. Like, he loves me, right? He loves me, right? He loves me, right? That's why this time is about learning how to just trust and love yourself, to have faith. Of course, this person that was chosen for you by the divine loves you. Of course, that's true. And it must not be about love that you're having this experience. It must be about something else. It must be about patience and faith and trusting yourself and loving yourself, right? We always have the choice. See? We always have the choice to press ahead. And Rhino Spirit's strength, there's the strength card again, offers you the power to break through stubborn obstacles. This animal spirit knows there is more than one way to open a path to what you seek. When Rhino Spirit appears, you are reminded that you have a marvelous ability to overcome obstacles in multiple ways, by going around them, shattering them with the force of clear, deliberate intentions, or even transforming them into clouds that drift away by refusing to allow them to limit you. Apply your Rhino Spirit with creativity, and no obstacle can stand, for you have magic to make and many ways in which to make it. Your power is awesome right now. Rhino Spirit also wants to remind you that when an obstacle appears to prevent you from getting what you desire today, it means that something much better is coming. Keep that in mind when you consider the nature of the obstacle in front of you now. Great Spirit loves you so much and only wants the best for you. What if you are focused on somebody that is the absolute worst person that you could ever possibly unite with? What if your ego has convinced you that your person you're focused on is your twin, and the person that you're focused on is a nightmare, a narcissistic personality that's never going to change or heal? What if that's happened to you? Why would you risk all your happiness, everything that you value and love, and your worthiness, so that you could hold space for somebody that is potentially harmful for you? If the universe continues to take something away, there's usually a reason for that. And it's not to say that that person isn't going to go through their healing process and come out fine in the end. But there's also the potential that you have chosen the absolute wrong thing for you. Have you done that before? Have you made decisions that you thought were great, and then when you reflected upon it, realized it was actually not a good decision? It was more emotionally based or fear based. Communicate with you and do all of the things that the current person that you are focused on doesn't do. How do I know they don't do that? Because you're here. You're here trying to figure out why they don't do it. You're here trying to figure out if there's something wrong with you that's keeping this other person from coming forward. And the only thing wrong is that you may have chosen somebody that is meant to show you that there is nothing wrong with you. There is no reason why that person shouldn't come forward, except that their own damage prevents them from doing so. And that can be the only lesson they're meant to teach you. There might not be meant to come into union with this person. Being a true twin is extraordinarily rare. I would be surprised if I meet even 10 people in my life that are actually supposed to be on a twin flame journey. I feel the rest of the people are simply learning from twin flame dynamics, but they are not actually twins themselves. So do you want to stake your entire existence on the potential that you could be totally wrong about the person that you think you're supposed to be with beyond a shadow of a doubt? Rather than focus on that one person, take your focus off of that person and embrace the potential that there is another option that you can't see because you are so fixated on the fantasy of this potential with a person who's never going to meet that potential because they are incapable. Your theme for this week is the Four of Swords. It says truce. This is rest. This is not communicating, not sending communication to somebody, but allowing to just trust and have faith and pray. Just call a truce with the inside of that battle that is raging inside of yourself against this feeling that you're never going to see this masculine step forward. If you're focused on the wrong one, you might never see him step forward. So take your focus off of that person. Just assume that no one is your twin. Just assume that everyone has the potential to teach you something valuable about how to love yourself. And the better you get at loving yourself and meeting your own needs, the more likely you are to find somebody who is equally good at that and will join you on that journey versus constantly challenging you in this one that you're on. Let's go look at the masculine oracles now. Mirror, who or what is triggering you? Oh my gosh, I'm tired. This is, of course, page 44. The filter of our own experience is how we experience life 90% of the time, through our own projections. When someone reminds us of an unhealed experience, we get triggered. Often it's an unconscious thing. People and situations can trigger our mirrors to reflect back to us what we believe to be true about life, the universe, and ourselves. Mirrors pointing to our shadow and our light. Mirrors revealing the parts of us that are yet to be accepted, witnessed, or loved. This card is guiding you to look closely at what experiences or people are currently triggering in you and what they could be mirroring back to you. When have you felt like this before? Could they be opportunities to heal something in you? Or are they shining a light on something that longs to be witnessed in you? This goes for the good and the bad. The good, those who we admire and put on a pedestal. If we do not realize that we are attracted to them because we are like them, we will need to cut them down in order to rise to their level. The bad, those we despise, are envious of, and put down. If we do not realize that they trigger something in us, then it is still yet to be healed, and we will remain hurt and wounded ourselves. Who or what is triggering you? What is it in you that they are triggering? What part of you longs to be witnessed? It's beautiful energy. The masculine is really needing to look at how the divine feminine's anger, jealousy, impatience, etc. is triggering this fear in him because he's experienced this from feminines before. Hope is the conduit for miracles is in reverse. So divine masculine is really needing to develop this mindset of hope and understanding that he cannot be in negative, pessimistic energy and just starts affirming that everything always works out for me. Sweet results await. We're getting the protection message from Bee Spirit. When Bee Spirit comes as your protector, she asks you to be very honest with yourself. Do you want to taste the sweet honey others have been making but you believe is unattainable for you? Do you wonder how others ended up with so much magical honey and you seem to have none? Have you bought into the illusion of separation and become convinced that you can't have what others in the hive enjoy? Do you separate from the hive to do it all on your own or to hoard what honey you have, unwilling to trust that there is plenty of support and plenty of sweetness to go around? If you have been overworking and overdoing and have not given yourself any time to enjoy the sweetness of your life, Bee Spirit is telling you to stop and recharge. Perhaps you're afraid that if you don't get something done, it just won't get done. However, even busy bees need to take a break, and when they do, the honey still gets made. So remind yourself that sweetness is everywhere and available to you always when you need it. That is so applicable to the masculine energy, my God. And his theme for this week to focus on is the Seven of Swords. This is about strategy. It's about revealing things that have been hidden or secretive. It's about things that are taking place behind the scenes. It can be about surprising people. But I really think this is about him letting go of the need to know how to do something. He's very fixated on doing something correctly, right, without ruffling any feathers. And he's under this illusion that it's his job, and it's not his job. It's not your job to figure out how to do something. It is simply your job to figure out why you want it, and then when you feel what you will receive from this thing that you want, allow that to bring that to you to help you manifest that. All right, we're at the final cards for the union, closing out for both divine masculine and feminine energy. Just a few announcements. I am going to be doing a Tell Me Everything spread tomorrow on YouTube for everybody. So that's not just for members this week. It will be for everyone. I will do a second Tell Me Everything spread for members this weekend, either Saturday or Sunday. Probably Sunday, I'm going to guess. Friday, I'm going to be doing the release and rebuild spread here on YouTube, just like I'm doing the obstacles removed. This reading and the release and rebuild reading, as well as the divine check-in that I do every Monday, are available on my site to book as personal readings. Remember, these are collective readings. You may resonate a lot with them, but they are not specific to you. There is definitely energy that you share, but you have your own specific journey. You're at your own certain point in the journey, whereas there are many people at the beginning, middle, and end stages that come to these readings. So it's hard to know exactly how you fit in without something that's more specific to you. You can, of course, book personal readings on my site. The link is in my profile. Or you can catch me on TikTok Live. It's likely I will be going on tonight around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to do paid readings, $11, $22, and $33 readings. If you would like a personal reading live, I will be available doing that in the evenings as well this week. Grace Strega and I will be back on Sunday, so you can see us at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday doing readings for the collective. We will do an hour on TikTok answering your questions, and then we will head over to Instagram and do a divine check-in, which does tend to answer a lot of questions that you might have in regards to masculine and feminine energy and relationships. All right, so that's all coming up. Let's finish out this reading for the collective. We have Get Grounded, Highly Sensitives, and Connect with Nature coming out. So this is the advice for both the masculine and feminine energy to get grounded. Sorry, I can never find it. There it is, 66. I do not know why they organize the cards as such in this deck. You are being called to get grounded, to ensure that your luminous field is clear and your inner well is full. If you're not grounded, it is all too easy to get swept up in other people's energy and mistake it for your own. Your boundaries will become blurred as you are absorbing the energies around you and struggling to define what is their stuff and what is yours. Your energy from within. Reflect on which one you are and carve out time each day to ensure your well is being replenished. Being sensitive is a superpower, but like all powers, it needs to be nurtured in order to be fulfilled. It is easy to get swept up in the high frequency energies that are swirling around the planet. The quickest and most effective way of clearing all of this from your field is to ground yourself by connecting with Mother Earth. There are many ways to get grounded. One of the most powerful ones is to practice earthing by connecting to the power of Mother Earth. Spend time in nature, put your hands on a tree, your palms are extensions of your heart chakra, or walk barefoot on the earth. Do something to get grounded and connect with Earth. I've been walking barefoot a lot since I've been back home in my small town. The grass is soft and clean, and it feels good to do that. So this is really, for me, about the divine union actually grounding in the physical. So coming out of the 5D, coming out of just this imagining space and actually allowing it to take place in the physical, not being afraid of it, just letting it happen. Your mindset for this week is, in every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me toward right-minded thinking and the energy of love. So just trust that the obstacles are conspiring on your behalf to bring you the direction where you want to go. And then we're getting Canary Spirit. Sing your own song, number 12. Canary Spirit arrives to help you find your authentic voice and express what is in your heart. Free yourself to experience your inner light and let it shine. As Canary Spirit sings to remind you of your inherent joy and to support you as you sing your own song. Now is the time to let the world know who you really are. Canary Spirit's message is that you are free to be yourself and express your most cherished desires. The world wants to hear your song. If your inquiry is about a relationship, you're being called to fully be yourself, for only then will you find harmony and joy. You can make music with others so beautifully when your note rings true. And your theme for this week is the moon. This is about the things that are hidden. This is about secrets, your intuition, the energy of the divine feminine. This is about the subconscious. It's about fear and anxiety and releasing your fear and anxiety so that you can come forward together and be in union. I don't know about you, but I am feeling discouraged lately. These obstacles really resonate with me. I don't feel confident. I don't feel assured anymore that I chose the right person or that that person is ever going to talk to me. I feel like I should no longer think about that person. This is so much in alignment with where my energy is. It is difficult for me to trust and have faith. I worry that I have limited myself by choosing someone emotionally unavailable because of my own emotional unavailability that I've had for so long. But I keep soothing myself, which is if that's what has happened, then I'm on the right path because I am not putting all of my future into this other person. I'm continuing to carve out my own path and do what makes me happy. I'm connecting with my family, with my friends. I'm, still on dating apps, like still open to meeting other energy. It's difficult, especially moving now to a small town, which is, even more limiting in terms of like meeting people. But I'm just trusting that I'm doing the right thing, continuing to do this healing work that I'm doing, and trusting that I am lovable, that I am absolutely deserving of love, loving relationship, and that will come to me, whether this person who seemed to claim that their love for me ever communicates with me or not. That someone will. And I'm just trying to have that hope and that faith on my own journey. So I send you all the love and all of the compassion for your journey. And I will see you tomorrow or maybe later this evening on TikTok, but tomorrow for sure here on YouTube.